Okay, I think we're live. Cool. Yes, we are. Okay, so I haven't really gone over yet what's been going on here, but my home seems to have become kind of a wayward home for original Xboxes. I have a modded one, which is what I've been currently using. These two that were disgusting, and I'll show pictures of those in a bit of what I had to do for these. And then I have one that I got today for free, and I have one from the UK that's coming tomorrow. So it'll be a 5 Xbox family for at least a short period of time. Basically, the idea is, though, the one that I got today will be my primary console. Um, that one is a 1.6 with a Samsung drive. So the 1.6 is the latest. It's a 2004 from November 19. So basically as late into the console generation as you can possibly get, which is great, but has 3 blown capacitors, so Jake's helping me out with that. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. But otherwise, I've been essentially cleaning Xboxes, and if you think that maybe I didn't do a great job or whatever, trust me, you have no idea what these look like before. And I will show you just because it has been quite the journey. Let's see here. All right, so this dust bowl is what I was dealing with, and like all this corrosion and dirt, and trying to show. Oh yeah, here we go. There was literally like dirt and twigs in here. Like it was just absolutely disgusting. So both of them were like this. So these two that I got off of Facebook Marketplace were not advertised in this poor condition. But obviously once I opened them, I realized what poor condition they were, which was not good. So I have two right now. This is the, I think it's like a 1.2 to 1.4 generation Philips drive, so probably 1.2 or 1.3 latest. And then I have 1.6, another 1.6. That was discussing. It's the whole reason why. It was, of course, the worst of the two. Was the nicest system. And I broke one of the GPU clips, taking it off because they're super brittle when I was rethermal pasting these things. So I won't be putting together the 1.6. We're just putting together the Philips drive one, and we will see if we can get it to start up. So might as well get started. But yeah, long story short, I got the modded one first, and I'll be honest with you, I am not a fan. I had a modded Xbox back in the day when I was living in Ohio. That was nearly 12 years ago. And I don't know, I didn't really inhibit the console that much. It booted up pretty much the same speed. I don't know, I felt like the operating system was nicer too. I think we had XBMC back then. And now there's Prometheus and Cerberus and all these other things that you have to put on there, and it is incredibly slow to get into any kind of gameplay. And I'm not one of those type of guys who just wants to chock full a hard drive of like, 1,000, emulation games and this, that, or the other. So I don't really personally care if it's modded. I'm playing everything off the disk anyway, preferably. So the whole idea is basically to sell the modded one that I have, fix these up, use these as free funds, because I'll be reselling both of these. The one that I got for free today, I'll fix up. That'll be my primary console, and I'm going to get it online, which will be fun. So I'm actually going to be able to play original Xbox online again, which I'm genuinely looking forward to. And then I think I'm missing one here. Oh, and then the one from the UK is a Crystal Xbox, and it's broken. So what I'll be using the Crystal Xbox for is the shell for the one that I got today, the 1.6 um, with the Samsung Drive. So it's become this weird like fixer-upperville of Xboxes. Like I said, it's a wayward home for Xboxes. I have five in one building now. But yeah, so I replaced, or I got, I'm sorry, I removed the clock capacitor here. As I showed before, like the system was ridiculously dirty. It was just literally red clay and twigs and stuff. So this has all been blasted clean. Thermal paste has been redone. So everything should be good. This will be interesting doing this on camera, but figured it'd be like a chill hangout stream sort of thing. But yeah, so it's been a process. Like I said, I did not get these two Xboxes thinking that these were going to be such problem childs. You have no idea what my reaction was when I opened these freaking things up and there's, you know, a pound of dirt inside. Like, probably pretty close. This is the only console, the only Xboxes I've ever had to open and clean every part. In addition to cleaning every part, including the power supply, which was even caked in dirt, I had to take off the RF shielding because there was so much dirt and like dead spiders and all sorts of things in there. I've never had to take off RF shields before, not the lower or the upper. So that was an experience. This one is definitely the one that's in better condition of the two. Well, now actually, ironically enough, the 1.6 that's on the floor that I cleaned, that I'm waiting on this clip right here that broke, replacement for that. That one actually looks better than this one just because this RF shielding is a little rusty. But yeah, nice watch, by the way. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, it's just I want to go ahead and nice old chill stream. Just in case you missed it, this is what we're coming from. So this is its original condition, just mayhem. Just literally layers and layers and layers of dirt. Where did I get them from? I got these two from Facebook Marketplace, and they were 20 bucks. And here, I'll show you the other ones over here. This is the 1.6 that came with it. So we'll be dealing with that one later because, like I said, I can't re-thermal paste the CPU and GPU on the 1.6 that came with this one because that clip broke. So we have a replacement coming in a couple days, and fix it then. But yeah, so let's get this all kind of situated here. Where's my screwdriver? There it is. If you want a good use of a VHS tape cover, there you go. You can remember where all your screws are. Ironically enough, all the screws are the same size, so I didn't realize that until after I started putting them all here, but hey, it still helps. Still at least know where the locations of all the screws are. So, VHS cover for the win. This actually was one of those cleaning tapes, which I used on the Trinitron from Japan, little combo unit that I got from Japan. And if you ever want a good one, you can get those on Amazon. They're M-Win brand, and that took all the noise away, like all of it, just in one sweep. So that made my Japanese Trinitron combo unit quite happy. So now I can play VHS tapes on it, which is cool. But yeah, I wasn't intending to go ahead and have 5 original Xboxes in my house, but just kind of circumstances led there. Like I said, so the one that I got today for free, which is not this one, it's the other 1.6 behind me. I had a coworker whose boyfriend was playing Silent Hill, and then the system turned off while he was playing, and he just wanted his game back. So she basically told me, hey, if you can get the disc out, you can keep the system. So I brought my Fix-It kit to work and opened it up, got the disc, out of the drive for her, and I'll show you. It was this, and this capacitor right here were blown. So I'll get those replaced, and it should be a really nice condition 1.6. You could like literally eat off of the inside of that thing, man. That was super clean, as opposed to these ones, which were disgusting. Let's see if we can get the fan back in here before we get too far. I keep taking these things apart. I actually haven't put one back together yet, so bear with me. Yeah, maybe not. Is this supposed to be going this direction? Huh, I wonder. Maybe that's supposed to be facing that way. Oh, you know what? I have a reference here. I think it's actually supposed to be going the other way. I'm not sure if that'll fit or not. Let's see. I believe, yeah, that goes right here because the notches are up here. There we go. There we go. There we are. Pressure clips for the win, huh? Let's get this fan plugged in. There we go. Probably gonna bolt down this power supply, that way I can move the cable without getting it pushed away. I believe it's just the 2 screws on the power supply. Yep. Actually, it might be one in the rear. No, does not appear. I think that's actually where the carriage bolts go into right now. Wow. Well, that's stuck in there. I might have to take the power board out again. Let's see. Certainly looked like a screw hole that's supposed to be there, but I guess not. Now it doesn't want to come, so. And the joys of doing this live. All right, let's just take out the board. Yeah, that's weird. I'm not really sure what that hole's there for. There's no screw mount there, so either way, that goes. That out of the way. That goes to the hard drive. And let's just get the other screws on the logic board here. and then we can start plugging things back together. Let's see, where else we got? That's interesting. That looks like a capacitor's been removed right there. Maybe not. Very interesting. These are all different anyway. So, because the 1.6s don't even have clock capacitors. Okay, I think we're good. I don't see any mist. Okay. Making sure I remember everything. Let's put the power supply back in. Actually, you know what? Let's do the controller ports first. I believe those go like so. I thought these go in next. There we are. Okay. Okay, controller ports are back in. Yeah, the new 1.6 that'll be fixed up is actually going to be quite nice. We'll have the crystal shell from Britain, and then I have some white LED power assembly lights, and then white LED controller ports for it. So look pretty swanky. I haven't decided if I'm going to keep the RF shield in it or not yet. I think it looks pretty clean without it, but I'm not really sure how that would look in person. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Next. See if I remember how to put this back together. I think it's that way. Looks right. Yep. All right. This goes through this hole right down here. And that plugs into the logic board down here, but let's get the panel on first, if possible. Try to line this up as best I can. Figure it's good to get practice on this Philips one before we get anything nicer. Guess I can line them up with the controller ports. It's probably the best way. Pretty violent coming off. There we go. So I think it's the same way going back in. All right, let's get this plugged in here. That's the right way. There we go. Like that. Getting there. Probably next to the hard drive mount. Perfect. All the screws on the system, with the exception of the carriage bolts that go to the bottom, are all the same size. So whether it's the hard drive caddy or the logic board or the power supply, you don't really need to keep track of what screw goes where, thankfully. So in that regards, it's been pretty easy. Before I button this up too, I need to replace the belt on the DVD drive. I put one on there for a Samsung drive, and I think it's too small. So I'm going to put back the stock belt until I get a proper replacement for it. I don't think this is the one that had the disc tray problem anyway. I think that was the 1.6, not this filled drive model. All right. You want that zip tie below this clip here. And then the wires will be able to feed through, allegedly. Should probably do this out of the system first. There. There we go. Perfect. Might as well put this back in. Let's see, which way are we going here? That way. That was easy. Off to the side. So this is the old belt, and I think we're going to put that one back in. So we need to disassemble this top part of the drive again. If I can remember how to do that. This is pressure fit. Oh, that's right. It has clips on the back, which I can't remember how to take off. Oh, okay. Brute force, apparently. That's nice. There we go. Okay. Let's see if I can remember how to take this off. I think it just lifts these clips here. This side's lifting, but not the other side. It's that tab right there, isn't it? Sure is. There we are. Easy. Let's see. There's a way to release this tray. Just trying to remember Oh, here we are. Okay. So this band seems way too taut, which is the reason why I think it's so difficult to open up the drive. I noticed that when I was reassembling it before, so we're just going to take that out. Yeah, see, that's already like 1,000 times better. And of course, this is like the most difficult version. The Samsungs are super easy to rebuild because you don't need to go all the way up in there to get this smaller wheel. There we are. So you can see the size comparison here. Sorry about that. Slightly different. So goodbye, new belt for now. We'll put the original back in until we can get a proper replacement. And this is going to be way easier to get inside than it was for me to get that small belt inside, because you have no idea the shenanigans I had to do in order to get that wrapped around that smaller pulley in there. You know what? This is when I'm going to go ahead and release this tray if I can. No. Why would it be easy? Again, the joys of live streaming. This is going to be a bitch. I really like the Samsung and Hitachi drives so much better for so many reasons. Mainly for reliability, but putting new belts in is a hell of a lot easier. Okay, we got the first pulley. That's good. That's the hard part. There we are. Voila. Much better. Much, much, much better. Not sure. Yeah, well, worst case scenario is that we just hit eject when we put it back in the system, so let's get it back in the tray at the very least. Actually, let's get the top one first. Well, it's one of these ways. It's this way. Easy. There we go. This plugs back down here in the back of the logic board. I know that much. Okay. That's done. to get the ribbon cable on. Let's see if I remember. Where's the other one? Got it. Okay. So a daisy chains. Okay. How does this fit? Oh, this goes first, of course. There we go. There we go. This goes back here. Maybe. There we go. Get these 3 screws here. Clip that there. Oops. Looks like there's screws that keep that DVD tray down, so let's put those back in. Maybe not. Guess not. Look like screw holes, but I guess not. I think that's it. We'll see soon enough. Wrong way. truth, I suppose. Obviously, I can't plug it into a TV over here, but let's see if it power cycles or not. Test out the disk tray. This is totally not nerve-wracking at all. That disk drive is not happy. I'm not even sure if it's even booting right now because it has a green and orange flashing right now in the front, which I'm not sure what that means. Let's see. Original Xbox. Orange and green. Flashing light. Apparently that's if you don't have the AV cables plugged in, so maybe it's actually okay. Let's see. I really like this drive to at least close. I don't want to break anything, but at the same time, this drive was kind of toast anyway before, so I'm not really too concerned. Yep. Well, once it push out, that's great. It just won't push back in past a certain point. I'm actually kind of curious to see what this is doing on the television. Let's go to the TV and see if it's even displaying. Field trip. Take you with me. Okay, so it's booting. Service required. Okay. I wonder if it's a disk drive or if it's something else. I'm gonna open it back up and see if I didn't miss some obvious connection. And it's possible that we didn't plug something in. At the very least, I can get this disk drive closed. So other people wouldn't do this live. I'm a glutton for punishment, though. Alright, back to this. Well, lessons learned. Don't cinch it down until you know it works. Like I said, I don't even know if these even worked before, so it might not have been something that I did. But we'll see. Check our handiwork. Like I said, it might just be because of the disk drive being stuck, so at the very least we can address that, try to get it closed, see what happens. Capacitors look fine. The only thing I did to this was remove the clock capacitor. So, not really sure what else it could be. That's connected. Let's see if we can't address this while we're here. There. Fun. Let's see what we get. I just think this drug is jacked either way, man. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's getting stuck here regardless. It probably just needs a new belt. Alright. Temperamental. Okay, that's good. Okay, wow. That did not seem happy. Why is it opening and closing when this tray is off? See, there are screws on the back side. I think that needs to be screwed in from the underside. Let's turn this off before we go further. See, it honestly does look like it needs two screw holes there, or two screws there. I wonder. Try again. Unless it's these little guys here. I have two small. What are these? These are Phillips. Let's try and see if these fit. Maybe these were the screws for that. Ah, okay. So I missed these screws. That's my bad. I don't think that's going to fix the console, but at least make it so the DVD drive doesn't get stuck with the disc tray with the tray on it. Let's get this back in the caddy. While I'm in here, verify everything is plugged in. Controller port, front panel, power supply, fan, disk drive, hard drive, disk drive. Yeah, everything's plugged in. I don't think I'm missing anything. Okay. And like I said, for all I know, it could just be a failed component somewhere, like, who knows. Obviously, given the state of these, when this guy sold them to me, he wasn't being completely honest, so. Alright, I'm not going to screw all that down. I just want to see if this works or not. Oh, shit. There. Why does it not want to open when the tray's down? But then when this is off, it opens just fine. Do I need that? I'm not even entirely sure I do. Why would having the top tray make it so it doesn't open? That makes no sense to me. But I'm morbidly curious. Let's turn this off. Thank you. I'm morbidly curious if I take this off, which will allow the disk drive to work. I wonder if when we plug it into the Trinitron, it'll actually be okay or not. We'll see. Let's test this first. Yeah, it's like it's getting caught on that lip. Look at that. As soon as that opens. What the hell? That is so weird. Whatever. Turn that off. Let's take it back to the Trinitron. See what it tells us. I'm anticipating it's going to still tell us it needs to be serviced. So maybe there's something genuinely wrong with this. Like I said, given how absolutely disgusting the inside of these consoles were before I cleaned them, would not surprise me in the least. Alright, let's see what happens again. Yeah. Wonder if the 06 means something. Let's look. Error code 06 indicates that the hard drive is locked with a password mismatch. Okay. Did I put the wrong hard drive in? Oh, that would be really embarrassing if I did that. Where's the other hard drive? Maybe I put the... No, because this hard drive is over here with the 1.6. I seriously doubt that I would have gotten that messed up. That's what it's saying though. So either the previous owner changed out the oh, maybe they changed out the hard drive at some point and didn't realize that they had to be matched to the console and then gave up and then just abandoned it. It could be. I could throw this one in there. This is the one that was in the Hitachi. I mean, for all I know, or not the Hitachi, the Samsung 1.6. Maybe they opened them at some point and then they swapped them, and then that's why they didn't work and they didn't know what to do. Doesn't hurt to put in this hard drive at this point, because at this point this system's kind of toast. It's interesting though, it's a hard drive. And it's not that the hard drive is broken, it's specifically said that it's mismatched. Which is all sorts of weird. Well, let's try throwing this one in. It's the only other one I have. So either they swapped out the drive, because I know for a fact this came out the 1.6. Either they swapped out these hard drives at some point and put them in the wrong console, or he took out this hard drive from another console, who knows what, put it in there, and then didn't realize that you needed a matching hard drive per system for it to work and gave up. I'm guessing that that's the most likely of the two situations. But we can try. Well, this is turning out to be more of an adventure than I thought. Certainly wasn't expecting of all the things to go wrong, this to go wrong. Alright, let's swap drives. See what happens. How weird. Very weird. I'm not going to bolt down the other hard drive. We'll just see if it registers properly before we button it up. No point in doing that. Very weird. All right, well, I'll goes this drive. In goes this drive. Let's see what happens. I have a sneaking suspicion that the original hard drive died at some point. They found another Xbox hard drive, put it in, didn't work, and they abandoned it, which would explain why it was in the dirty state that it was in. That makes me very concerned about this 1.6 and kind of almost makes me want to turn it on, even though we don't have that clip. It wouldn't need to be on for very long without the heatsink on just to do a test. Might do that just to see. So let's take you back. Look at all my fancy camera work today. All right, let's see what happens. Oh, it's green. It's a green light. Fingers crossed. Did they seriously swap the drive? Holy crap. Holy crap. They swapped the drives. Okay. Okay. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, this is exciting. It's fixed. Will it load a game? That's the important part. Let's do SVC versus Chaos. I don't know about what's going on with the top of the DVD tray not working. That's weird. Maybe that's the reason why they got rid of it? Who knows? Ooh, that sounds nasty. Ugh. Oh man, that sounds terrible. Sounds terrible, but it's working. Holy crap. Yeah, it's working. That drive needs to be replaced. Holy crap. Okay. That drive is dead. I'm very happy it didn't destroy my disk. Let's just put it that way. Okay, so the drive needs replacement. Dude, honestly, out of all the things, that is not the worst thing in the world. In fact, we can drop in the other drive just to verify it works, because I have the Samsung, which we need to test anyway. Let's test the Samsung. Let's turn this off. Oh, this is so exciting. I can't believe it works. This is cool. This is very cool. I really wish you could take the frickin' disk drive out without taking the hard drive out. That's getting slightly annoying, I must say. Is this screwed down? No, it's not. Good. Thank God. Don't touch the power supply. Don't touch the power supply. Don't touch the power supply. Really don't want to touch the power supply. Okay. All right. Okay. Old one gone. Let's get rid of this crappy Philips drive. Drop in the Samsung, which hopefully works. At the very least, the Samsung looks better than this. This is bleh. And I know that that belt's been replaced because I replaced it and I have the proper belt for this. So let's throw this in the caddy and just see what happens. Huh? This even goes into the caddy better. I'm already liking this better. Okay. Let's plug her in to the logic board. The worst case scenario is that I know that the Samsung drive in my modded Xbox works, obviously. So I can always plop that in just to test. Okay. Disk drive first. Hard drive second. Close enough. All right, moment of truth. This drive just opened on its own. It's gonna stay closed? No. Now it's open halfway. So this drive is fucked too. That's great. Just stay. Will you? Can you stay? I just want to play a game. I just want to see if you work. Where's my disc? I don't know why it's flashing. Unless it thinks it's open. Yeah, it's a little rough. Okay. Oh. It's haunted. Okay. Are you gonna... Can I just keep it closed? No, no, no. No, no. No. Wow. So this drive is fucked too. Wow, so these systems are really just botched. This guy really just hosed me. How interesting. Alright. Alright. Don't eat my disc. I just want it back. Ugh. Yeah, go back. Okay. I'm going to put the other drive from the 1.6 that we got today. Which is this boy here. This drive I know works because I know the person who owned it. So we should be able to just take this out just to see. I just want to verify that the other console works minus the drive. And then we can just move on our merry way. So, sorry about the view. So the hard drives were switched, and neither disk drive works. So someone was working on these at some point. That's pretty much confirmed. That's so weird, though. That is so weird. All right. Let's get you back in here. Let's get you back in your perched view. So this drive is toast. Or at least needs to be refurbished in ways that I can't do. Let's put in the working one. Put this into the logic board. It'd be so much better if this caddy wasn't in here. This way for sure. Okay. Okay. Working CD drive, proper hard drive, it should just work. Right? How is it remembering the time when there's no clock capacitor. That's what I would like to know. That's not creepy at all. Unless it's the power in the power supply. That's... Wow. This drive is also not happy. You gotta be kidding me. Do any of these drives frickin' work? What a day, dude. Let's just pop it open, shall we? Okay, that opens now. Let's close. Yep. Is it open on its own now? Come on. No. Wow. These drives are junk. So this drive literally will not open on its own. Alright. Well, I have a new belt. I can always see what that does. This is the Xbox that doesn't want to die. Or be fixed. Stop trying to suck back in, dude. I'm trying to fix you. Don't you know that? Alright. Got a new belt. I got tweezers. Let's see what we can do. If it's the belt. God knows at this point. I'm not thoroughly convinced of anything. You know what? I don't feel comfortable with this being on. So let's just turn it off. I'll tell you one thing, I'm getting really comfortable working on this thing. 4 freaking disk drives, only one works so far. Go figure. Alright, we're going to replace the belt, which I can actually get in through here without opening up the drive, just like I did before. So let's just do that really quick and see if that fixes our issue. There's the old one. let's put in a new one. I just wanted to play a game. I mean, I'm glad that we're not getting the boot error anymore, which is good. Fix the previous owner's issue of putting in the wrong frickin' hard drive. Thanks, previous owner. You moron. But I would like to get one of these drives working, especially since I would like a working drive for myself in the other console that we'll be keeping, which this one comes out of. Sorry, the lighting here is not the best, so I'm trying to be able to see. Sorry about the wait, guys. And we got it. New belt. Ta-da. All right. I officially can say I don't like Xbox DVD drives. And I really don't like Philips ones. That's my takeaway from the day. Okay, power is plugged in for the drive. Data is plugged in. Drive is seated. Hard drive is seated, more or less. Whatever. Let's turn her on. Okay, we're still green, so that's good. The disk drive isn't doing any phantom opens. Let me get you down here so you can see. Ah. Oh, oh. You thinking about it? That's shy. Come on. There you go. There you go. Poor little guy. This should boot now. I think we've officially fixed an Xbox. Where's my controller? There it is. Wow. Did it. Fixed 1 of 5. I'm down 2 drives. Oh. Oh, the controller port's not happy. Let's try replugging that in. That was weird. Maybe I had the joystick pushed when I plugged it in before.
Come on! Battle till you drop! You win! No escape! Fight!
All right, well, it's working. So I guess the question is, this drive is getting better. It's not as hesitant anymore. Maybe the new belt just need to be worn in a little bit. I'll probably end up switching out with the Samsung drive that's in the modded Xbox here, assuming as this is going to be my primary Xbox going on forward. Huh. Okay, well, like I said, I would like to test the well, not the 1.6 I'm going to be keeping, but the other 1.6 that's in 1,000 pieces on the ground. But like I said, the CPU clip broke when I was disassembling it because it's brittle plastic with a million heat cycles. And that's coming in. I could technically turn it on, I guess, for a very short amount of time just to see it work. But I think what I'm going to do is just wait for that part to come in and then do the repair properly. This guy, though, I'm not really sure what to do with. It's a 1.2 to 1.4. At least I got it working. We're no longer getting service request errors. But I also don't want to leave this DVD drive in here because it's a nicer DVD drive. So I don't know. Do I just get a replacement drive and put money into it to send it to a new home, or do I just give it to somebody with the knowledge that the disk drive doesn't work? Not really sure. But at the very least, 1 out of 5 working. And I already know 1 won't work because 1's coming in completely and utterly broken that we're using for the shells. So technically 1 of 4 is working. And then the modded one is working, so that's 2 of 4, technically. I wonder. We should. Oh no, we can't test the other one because the logic board's out. I was gonna say I might be able to do the 1.6 that we're keeping, but I had to take out the logic board because the capacitor is blue. Um, all right. Well, I think that's the end of the stream. I appreciate you guys joining me. Like I said, we got one working, so the more that we can save from the landfills, the better. One more Xbox is gonna hopefully be used and played by somebody and loved for a good long time. I see if I can find a working. I need 2 drives now, I guess, for this, and the 1.6 I won't be keeping, seeing as both of those drives are bad. So I need 2 DVD drives if I want them all functional. That sucks. All right, well, either way, appreciate you guys. I will see you next time. If you want to see the next system, which will be the 1.6 that we won't be keeping assembled, be sure to keep it here. And then after that will be the big one. That'll be the Crystal Xbox with the 1.6 and the Samsung drive from the modded Xbox in there. So that'll be a heavy, heavy, heavy stream. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time.